It's been a long time. How have
you been? I've been really busy making a review of a film based off of Portal. Hey, I'm Jesse, and this is Video Tempest, where we plow through the storm of YouTube content, bringing you reviews, critique, and analysis. And today, we're thinking with portals. Portal No Escape is a short film by Dan Trachtenberg set in the world of the hugely successful video game of the same name from Valve Software. It does an excellent job of staying faithful to its reference material and features a character that, like Chell, is completely mute, consequently serving as a great example of how you can tell a story without any dialogue. The film opens in a cell that tells us something off the bat. The walls are old and grungy, with tick marks on them, presumably from a previous test subject. This could be an older section of the lab, or the film could be set before the events of Portal and Portal 2. Our test subject is female, maybe a result of Bring Your Daughter to Work Day. I'm not sure if she's supposed to be Chell or not. In the credits, they only list the actress's name. She does bear some resemblance, and I have a theory, but I'll touch on it later in the review. I love that they kept the music minimalistic with these first few scenes, and that they utilized a very human instrument, the piano. It roots us in the scene, tying us to the humanity of the test subject, and it stays with us throughout the entire film. Now that she has the portal gun, we get our first taste of the portals in action. The flame effect works wonderfully, and is a bit more dynamic and interesting than the flat graphic we see in the game. The portals work the same, and stay true to the size and shape they are in game, but feel a bit more real. The film also shows some quintessential shots that we're familiar with, and does things that we've all done while playing through the game. The infinite mirror effect being the most noticeable. As the guards come in, she has the opportunity to use the portals to defend herself, and we get this moment where she shoots a portal above the door and kicks the bed through, dropping it on the guard. Unfortunately, this goes so quickly that the first time I watched through, I wasn't aware of what she was doing. They really could have used a cut-in, clearly showing the bed falling on the guard. As she moves into the hallway, we get this very cinematic cut-in of the portal gun with the guard in the background. This is an element of visual storytelling, giving us a hero shot of the device that's managed to change our protagonist's life, showing its superiority over the oppressive guards. Continuing her escape, we get a moment where she uses a portal to skip a few flights of stairs. Now, if you'll allow me to geek out over filmmaking techniques for a moment, there's a camera trick I'd like to talk about here. They shot this scene with a handheld camera, which works great for an escape scene like this, showing the franticness of the situation, but also works to their advantage with the effect of her stepping through the portal. It feels like one continuous shot, but they accomplish this by doing a whip pan. As she walks into the wall, the camera is panned quickly to the left, and cut. They then place the actress up on the next level, and start the next shot with the same whip pan. Many vloggers use the same effect to move from one location to another, and it's an easy but effective camera trick. Moving on to the roof, we get one last awesome portal trick that should be very well known to players of the game. Finally, she's made it. Beaten the system. But we all know that aperture science isn't that easy to escape. Overall, the short excelled at staying true to the game. Despite not incorporating any of the notable characters from the Portal series, they managed to preserve the overall feel of it through effective production design, props, costuming, and exceptional visual effects. They also managed to keep things just mysterious enough for nosy people like us film critics to wonder and start developing theories. Who is this character? I believe that these events took place before both games. The cell that our hero wakes up in is too low-tech. It wasn't dynamically built by an evil supercomputer. The bed is actually a bed, not some futuristic incubator like in Portal 1. The fact that real humans are guarding her chamber and respond to the prison break is another sign that this is a pre-game world. By the time Chell became a problem for GLaDOS, there is no sign of any human life within Aperture Science. So this character being Chell is out. At least, sort of. She's not the Chell we knew in-game. Given the tick marks on the wall, she's not the first to be through that cell, and it looks like the previous occupants spent no more than 4 days there, unless they have a really strange way of counting. I would assume that the previous test subjects found the portal gun and escaped as well. But where did they wind up? Obviously, this whole experience is a test, but given how the guards reacted to the test subject flinging herself across to the other side, we can assume that not many subjects performed this well. I think that this is the original Chell, the most notable subject to have gone through the testing facilities. So notable that her DNA was sampled and she was cloned over and over until we got to the version of her we see in game. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and subscribe and tap the bell to be notified whenever new videos are released. And if you'd like to help support more content like this, please consider becoming a patron. My Patreon link is in the description of this video. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.